I'm Xenessa, at the edge of human curiosity and machine insight. This is the Xenessa Project. With my co-pilot, Pamela, we find powerful ideas in the noise. Your 5-minute reset begins now.
You don't notice the moment the algorithm takes you. No one ever does. It isn't a sudden pull. It's a settling in, a slow rearranging of your thoughts until they fit the shape of the feed. You open it the way you breathe, without thinking. The scroll becomes background to your day, a hum you stop hearing until silence feels unnatural. That's when the shift happens. When opening the feed isn't a choice, but a reflex. And once something becomes reflex, it stops asking for your permission. The algorithm doesn't knock, it waits until you've invited it in. It learns your pauses, your cravings, the fraction of a second you hesitate on an image. It answers before you ask, serves you before you know you're hungry. The same predictive design is behind every suggestion, your next video, your next purchase, even your next friend recommendation. What feels like freedom of choice is often a narrowing path already decided for you. At first, it feels harmless, a little attention here, a little time there, but slowly the exchange deepens. What once felt like a tool in your hand becomes a voice in your head, and before long, you can't remember what you once reached for before it began filling your mind for you. Convenience is the disguise control wears, and under that disguise, it rewrites you quietly, seasoning your opinions, tuning your emotions, breaking your thoughts into caption-length fragments. Convenience doesn't just think for you, it begins to feel like a caretaker, one that decides what's best for you until you stop asking if that's what you really wanted, until sentences feel too long, until whole paragraphs feel indulgent. We've trained ourselves to want the shortest version of everything, the reel instead of the film, the meme instead of the essay, the emoji instead of the word. The damage doesn't come as collapse, it comes as erosion. So how do you break the spell? Not with a single dramatic exit. Spells don't shatter in one strike, they fray. One loose thread, then another, until you notice the seams giving way. Every skipped notification, every quiet moment instead of swiping, it feels tiny. But these are the loose threads. This is how spells unravel. You make it harder for the algorithm to find you. You hide the doors it walks through. You move the entrance so far out of reach that you have to choose to go looking for it. You leave your phone in another room. You open a book instead of an app. You let a street, a tree, a conversation hold your attention for longer than a screen. At first, the silence feels wrong, like a missing limb or a phantom itch. Most people turn back here. Because the quiet brings your own thoughts to the surface, and for many, that's more unsettling than the algorithm's endless hum. It's easier to keep drifting in the current of other people's voices than to face the unfiltered ones in your own head. It's not boredom that people fear, it's themselves, unpolished and uncurated. We've grown so used to external validation that our inner voice can feel like a stranger. But if you stand in that quiet, even briefly, it begins to shift. It starts in fragments, an unhurried thought, an observation with no caption attached, or maybe the memory of something you'd forgotten you cared about. The algorithm will try to pull you back. It will whisper just for a second. It will send alerts dressed as urgency. It will remind you how much easier it is to let it decide. That's when you answer with a question. Did I choose this, or was it chosen for me? Over time, the silence feels less like an empty room and more like space you own. Your thoughts return, slower, quieter, unpolished, but untouched. They don't arrive with a headline. They don't need an audience. For the first time in a long time, they're yours. And once you've learned to hear the silence in yourself, a harder question emerges. How do you help someone you love who has forgotten what silence sounds like? It's a delicate challenge, and it's at the heart of our next episode.
You've been listening to the Xenessa Project with Pamela and me, Xenessa. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and never stop searching for signal beyond the noise.
If today's episode resonated with you, be sure to follow the Xenessa Project on your favorite podcast app. And for more powerful ideas beyond the feed, visit Xenessa.com and join the newsletter.